would say that the online learning is almost like it's almost like a half day in context of like you're kind of half focusing, you're getting half the attention that you normally would in a normal classroom setting. And I completely understand that doing both in person and on the computer teaching is like that is such a struggle. I have no idea how the teachers are doing it in the first place. So like I'm not faulting them at all, but I think that there is something to be said about how when you're at home for the hybrid schedule, it's not the same.
I have a lot of trouble learning online just because I need like to interact with people to learn better, but the way that a lot of teachers have been handling it with having due dates set early for assignments so it's easier to get things in on time has been really helpful.
Well, last year when we started in March, I definitely did not like it because I felt like I was definitely not like getting the full experience as I would be if I was in school. So it's just been harder for me to like learn online, plus like all the teachers try their best and it's not like they could like do everything perfectly.
From a teaching perspective, what I miss and what's hard is the energy. It's very difficult when students are home and muted. It's difficult to like get that energy that I thrive on, and it's hard to read students. Like it's hard to interpret what they're feeling or what, you know, are they learning? Are they enjoying themselves? Are they disengaged? It's much harder for me to measure that. That's why being on camera is really, really helpful and important.
Online, I really haven't had any issues or problems. The issues or problems are sometimes with connectivity, with students just getting kicked out and on. There's a few students who are constantly kicked out and on, and that's frustrating, and it's frustrating for me, and I can only imagine it's even more frustrating for the student. It just affected me in the way that I love to see my students, and I love to have them in front of me, and I love to have discussions, and I love when you guys are getting together and doing group work and collaborating. So we're just reworking that and figuring out how to do that. We're using Google Meets and other apps and tools. So it's not, it's not the end of the world, and we're adapting, we're figuring it out. But I think I just love seeing everyone in the same spot physically. I know we have the virtual hybrid, but I just miss that. I miss that feeling and that vibe.
I personally am not a huge fan of the straight schedule. By that I mean I really don't like it. Just because I think I've grown so accustomed to the 4-block scheduling. There's a lot of wiggle room, and I know especially in like journalism, we use a lot of that time for, peer work, and it's kind of thrown everything into limbo, and teachers are changing everything, and the schedule seems to be changing every day.
Personally, I like walking around, like going upstairs. I mean, it's good exercise. I never like experienced like the 4-block, so I wouldn't know what it's like, but I'm like comfortable with like the straight 8 so far.
I personally don't like the straight 8 schedule, but I understand why we need it and why it's important. Honestly, I think Region 16 is doing a really good job with it compared to other schools too.